Hello everyone, welcome to National Focus. I'm your presenter Tarnia Green. It's such a pleasure to have you join us. Among the major developments, Ministry of Education details strategy to improve students' performance in mathematics. Prime Minister Skerrit calls for devotion to the work of improving the OECS, and a regional approach being developed to manage black Sigatoka. I'll bring you the details of these and other stories when National Focus returns. Stay with us. Welcome back. Time now for the details of the news. 5 regional countries, including Dominica, now being affected by the black Sigatoka disease, are in the process of putting together a regional integrated program for the management of the dreaded disease. Black Sigatoka is a growing threat to regional banana and plantain industries, and regional stakeholders have agreed that an effective integrated management program is essential for the adequate production of quality fruit. On Thursday, banana stakeholders met with officials of the Inter-American Institute for Cooperation on Agriculture, ICA, and other partners to discuss a joint response to the emergency via a virtual teleconference. ICA's local technical specialist is Ken Coppell.
This virtual seminar is part of a wider regional initiative whereby a number of partners, ICA, CARDI, FAO, and CARICOM, to address the whole issue of black Sigatoka. What we have had is a number of requests from governments. You mentioned 5 countries made requests through this organization for assistance to address the black Sigatoka problem. So what the institutions are doing is to work together to ensure that what is being proposed at the national level will certainly be one that is sustainable, one that will bring about a greater efficiency in the way we're going about advising in terms of management of black Sigatoka. FAO is leading an assessment, on a country assessment as it relates to black Sigatoka, and that will guide the activities and follow-up activities in terms of dealing with the whole issue of black Sigatoka.
A consultant from the Food and Agriculture Organization, the FAO, will visit Dominica during the first week of September to determine the state of emergency and propose joint activities designed to control the spread of black Sigatoka. Winston McGlaw, technical officer within the Division of Agriculture, says while Dominica has its own strategy to address the disease, the ministry is looking forward to the development of the regional integrated development plan.
Each of the 5 countries that are affected, that are referred to in the regional project that is going to be sponsored by FAO, there's going to be a national plan, an integrated plan developed, and there will be a consultation later in September at which those plans will be reviewed, and then all of them will be put together into a regional plan that will be looked at from the point of view of the institutions in question in terms of the support that can be provided. So this is one of the major activities that we are going to be engaged in. In fact, in Dominica, we should be dealing with this from the 1st of September. So for the week of the first week in September, we will have some consultations, and we will look at the development of our own strategy and plan to address black Sigatoka.
Regional countries now affected by the black Sigatoka include Grenada, Guyana, St. Lucia, St. Vincent, and Dominica. It is hoped that the Regional Integrated Development Plan can be ready for full implementation by January of 2013. And on the heels of the announcement of the 2012 CXC CSEC results, Education Minister Honorable Peter Seja has disclosed his ministry's plans to address the numeracy problem now facing students. At a press conference on Wednesday, it was revealed that Dominica scored a 67.5% overall pass rate. Chief Education Officer Stevenson Hyacinth proposed that mathematics continues to prove challenging for learners. According to Hyacinth, the region's performance in CSEC math is generally poor, which is of great distress to the Subject Awards Committee. Dominica's math grades, however, are below the region's pass rate of 33%. The education officer was reading from a press release by the Caribbean Examinations Council.
The Subject Award Committee said it was deeply concerned about the quality of work produced by candidates at this level. The Subject Awards Committee has called on the region to address the issues of teaching and performance in mathematics by reorganizing its mathematics program, supporting teacher training, and facilitating access to instructional resources.
In response to Dominica's performance, the Ministry of Education has identified ways to address the numeracy problems in schools.
And the ministry has gone further to tackle the problem at its very root with the primary education numeracy pilot consultancy. The purpose of this consultancy is to assist the Ministry of Education and Human Resource Development at the primary school level. It is expected that the intervention will improve student achievement in mathematics in the primary system and reverse the current poor attainment levels that we see across the board. Our focus, therefore, must be to tackle the problem head-on, but that is not limited only to numeracy.
Also on the agenda is teacher training, says Honorable Saint-Jean.
My ministry is also investing in the training of teachers. And it is important to note that we are looking very seriously at special education and educational psychology, TVET, the natural sciences, physical education, and information and communication technology.
The Ministry of Education intends to review the math program to further ensure better results at next CXC-CISEC exams, as well as overall improvement in schools.
I believe that there is need for reorganizing our mathematics program, the issue of teacher training with emphasis on the teaching, learning, and assessment of mathematics, and more effective supervision and support to schools that are at risk.
Minister Saint-Jean is confident that the trend of underperformance in mathematics can be broken, and he appealed for immediate review of the contributing factors.
I believe that we are able, with the strategies that we have put in place, to turn this tide around. I want to make a call to all involved in education in Dominica that we need to return to the drawing board. There are areas of weakness or weaknesses identified by the Caribbean Examinations Council, and this is deeply rooted in the fundamentals of mathematical concepts taught at the primary and early secondary levels.
Across the region, both English A and math grades have been declining. However, the Chief Education Officer says that although Dominica's English A grades have dropped by 20% from 2011, the island has performed better in that subject than most of the region. And Prime Minister Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit has called for a greater commitment of OECS nationals towards the development of the region. The Dominica leader made the call as he spoke with reporters following the inauguration ceremony of the OECS Assembly. He said now more than ever, people of the region must stand together amidst economic challenges currently affecting countries across the world.
Yes, we can go out of the region to the United States, to the United Kingdom and elsewhere, more developed countries. But we must decide for ourselves, how are we going to go about developing our region by ourselves, for ourselves. And as the world is getting a little more challenging, it will require we doing more of our things and financing more of our development rather than depending on our development partners. And therefore, all our human resources must be at the service of the OECS, at the service of Dominica. Too often we find ourselves spending millions of dollars in the OECS on educating our people. And the first opportunity we get, we jump ship, so to speak. And I think there has to be a greater nationalism and regionalism spirit within our people to recognize that there are challenges, there are issues to be confronted, but let us not give up. We have to continue at it. And if we remain committed and loyal to the cause, then the promises and the goals and aspirations of all of us can be achieved. But if we leave it to a few and we reside elsewhere and criticize what the few is trying to do, then we won't achieve anything. Come in, let us build, put our hands to the wheel, and let us build our OECS on. And our OECS need our people now more than ever.
Trade Minister Honorable Dr. Colin McIntyre says the establishment of the OECS Assembly is a major achievement for the people of the OECS. The minister attended the inaugural ceremony of the Assembly at the Antigua and Barbuda House of Parliament. He spoke with GIS News following the official ceremony.
The people in the OECS should feel proud that the forefathers who championed the cause of what we are inaugurating today, some of them have died, but a number of them were still alive, and I'm sure they're very proud to see that we have walked in their footsteps in terms of really and truly getting to that point where we can look at a OECS assembly. Basically, it's a parliament for the OECS.
Honorable McIntyre also spoke of some of the initiatives developed within the OECS geared at fostering regional integration.
We have what you call the Eastern Caribbean Supreme Court. We have the Eastern Caribbean Central Aviation Authority. We also have the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank. We have the Central Procurement, the Sports, ECTEL, and various other bodies that serve as regulators, if you wish, or the authority in certain areas of our financing, our aviation, our judiciary system. So I think it's a great step for us.
And finally, this news time. For decades, history has been preserved in the forms of books, architecture, and art in museums, the library, and other havens for safekeeping. Earlier this week, work was completed on the etching of history of the convent high school in the form of a mural on the surrounding wall.
If you look at the beginning, you see the boats, when the boats arrived in Dominica, when the sisters came in, then we had the beginning of school, where you had a few young persons at the beginning of school. Then the sisters had an orphanage. Lower down, you can see a lot of children. That's the orphanage, when the sisters opened the orphanage. And this area is the new school, where when it started in 1907. And this is how the school increased. And then we have netball, we have dance, we have music taking part in the school. So all the activities taking place in the school is portrayed on this wall.
The painting of a mural was the brainchild of youth officer Valencia Webb, who described the former conditions of the wall as drab. She took the idea of the mural to the school's principal, who welcomed the idea, and with the assistance of historian Dr. Lennox Honeychurch, artists attached to the Division of Culture, and a lot of preparatory work, Webb got the $2,500 project off the ground.
There were 17 students involved in the program, and most of them came from Convent High School. I had from SME, Grammar School. I think these are the schools that got involved.
Nicole Bertrand is a student of the Convent High School who is going to 5th form in September. She intends to sit the art examinations at the CXC level. She was one of several students who were involved in the mural painting project.
This project has helped me a lot. I've learned a lot. I didn't expect to learn that much. I expected to just help with my talent, but I also learned because we were assisted by Mr. Aaron Hamilton. And I mostly do art on paper. I've never ever painted on a wall. So that in a whole is an experience by itself.
Nicole says she learned much more than art training during a 2-day program at the Youth Skills Development Division.
We did team building and teamwork, and also stuff that helped us here, because I learned to get along with others, because I learned that my ideas are not only ideas that can be good, and we learn to work together to produce something very good.
She also intends to pursue art studies after she completes her secondary education. She says her involvement in the mural project is much more than a summer project. For her, it's a lifetime achievement.
I also wanted to leave my mark, as I'm leaving Comment High School next year at this time. I just want to be able to pass there when my children, I'll be able to say, I helped with this mural if it's still here. And I want to just be remembered as somebody who was doing something good.
And that's the English segment of the news. We now join McPherson, St. Luce for the Creole highlights.
Alors tout le monde, bienvenue à ces nouvelles en Creole. Non, moi c'est McPherson, St. Luce. Premièrement, travail qui a commencé tout de suite à l'école primaire en Charlottesville. Membre parlement Honorable Ambrose George visité l'occasion là jeudi à de manière connaître pour Goué qui a pris place à ce projet-là.
C'est en place, là, nous avons tout de suite commencement construction pour l'école neuf, pour Newton Primary. Là, c'est là l'école neuf qui débute. Gouvernement Dominique, part responsabilité, c'est pour construire des miwai. Yon a au sud et yon a au nord. Moussaoué, c'est miwai là déjà fini. Avec ce nous espérer contracteur pays Chine pour venir pour commencer faire pour construire l'école là. L'école là même c'est l'école moderne. Il y a toutes amenities pour les staff. Et pour ces enfants qui attendent l'école là, il y a science laboratory, il y a un cafétéria, il y a un auditorium, il y a un sick bay en place là, ces enfants si sont malades pour attendre yo. Il y a peut-être 12 classrooms. L'école là même ni trois détails. Un grand floor, un premier floor avec un second floor. Nous avons remercié pays, gouvernement, Moon Horde Chine pour grant ça pour construire l'école là.
En notre nouvelle, le gouvernement Dominique fait allocation budget pour petite entreprise. Parole celle-là qu'a sorti le ministre petite entreprise. Honorable Dr. John Colin McIntyre. Honorable McIntyre aussi bien plaisir que le programme appointi qui a bénéficié en bas programme ça.
Nanisa nous mettons $1,000 accord pour small business avec ça nous avons agro processing, si on fait confectionaries, baiko barbers, hairdressers, moun qui a breed, chivé, moun qui a fait un bail pour fingernails, orteils pour nettoyer. Et nous les gars contre l'autre bail tout ça. Ini moun qui plus vieux, ou moun qui a mid lagio, avec une maladie comme diabetes, tout est calté par ça. Yo tout besoin service ça ou ça. So ça nous est pour train yon de trois moun comme si bayon ti saté adai, comme si comment yo ça wanger toutes ces orteils ces moun là. Bayon because ces moun là yo c'est ça c'est moun Dominique tout. Avec nous regarder quand ces moun ça, yon problème pied yo, you know, pour comment yo ça faute pied yo, massage tout ces cas ba et ben fait wanger toutes ces orteils yo et ben yo because c'est ba ça. So ça c'est ba nous regarder ça, nous regarder ça pour dietary, nous pour regarder ça ba ça.
En notre nouvelle, ministre de l'Éducation bien concerné compte manière étudiant qui écrit examination 6X, résultat sujet MAVS. Résultat qui sorti qu'à montrer que étudiant tout au Kawaïb pas fait bien en sujet cela pendant examination là. Parole cela sorti au ministre de l'Éducation, Honorable Peter Saint-Jean, pendant conférence média mercredi semaine cela, où là ces résultats là annoncés.
Nous n'y pour réorganiser programme mathématique nous en l'école secondaire. Deuxièmement, nous n'y pour garder manière nous qu'à trainer teacher avec nous pour mettre en leur attention en les manières nous qu'à éduquer les enfants et manières les enfants qu'à apprendre et manières nous qu'à évaluer tester ces enfants en mathématiques Et aussi, mon cas qui un gros pas dans ça, c'est pour nous adresser comment c'est l'école là ça yo qui en risque comment nous c'est education officers là yo ka adresser problème ça là en c'est l'école ça nous ka créer supervision anoni pour augmenter ça nous ka créer supervision en c'est l'école ça yo.
Et puis finalement division pêche a mis en place pour formuler une policy pour pêcher et puis aquaculture en Dominique. Ministre environ et puis pêcheur déjà commencé consultation que gouverner police ça là. Consultation ça là c'est pour 7 mois avril pour octobre l'année ça là et puis initie pour European Union. Il y a déjà chaîne plaisir qui mène ensemble officier technical, officier pêcheur en parmi d'autres. Deuxième phase workshop ça là que voit assis draft policy là et puis présentation qui mène ensemble plaisir officier. Il y a l'autre consultation qui prend place mardi semaine prochaine et puis il est expecté pour nous officiers ACP, Sofreco et puis division pêche. Ministère pêche, Honorable Dr. Kenneth Darrow, qu'a expecté pour attendre. Messieurs, mesdames, ça c'est tout pour nouvelles en Creole pour à présent. Non moins, c'est McPherson Luce. Au revoir.
Up next is the tip of the day. In case you're trying to quit smoking, here's one reason why you should: for longer life. Half of all long-term smokers die early from smoking-related diseases such as heart disease, lung cancer, and chronic bronchitis. Men who quit smoking by 30 add 10 years to their lives. People who kick the habit at 60 add 3 years to their lives. In other words, it's never too late to benefit from stopping. Quitting not only adds years to your life, but it also greatly improves the chance of a disease-free, mobile, happier old age. And that's National Focus. As usual, we invite your suggestions or comments. Please feel free to drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm, or you can visit our website at news.gov.dm. Or you could visit our GIS Dominica page on YouTube and Facebook. On behalf of the entire news production team here at the Government Information Service, I'm your presenter, Tarnia Green. Thank you so much for watching, and do remember to join us again tomorrow.